Good evening. Had to say this 2100 hours, 51 minutes on Monday, October 8th, 2018. I noticed it's a couple lives today. I chose the topic in the title of this live is to be reverting. And what I keep noticing and what touched me in the spirit, I try not to do so many lives or wherever. I just rested today. I needed a break from my job. I'm getting a new job, make more money, part of a profession, and I can go still add on to my skills while I'm doing this profession based on the hours and the time and the new resources and the tools that I have based on the HR 1240. It's so much that I'm working on, and I hope if you truly listen to my videos, you are actually putting action into what you're doing instead of just listening to me and going out and explore and researching and studying these things I'm telling you to do, and just sit down at a Starbucks, or if you got like, and here we got like a spot coffee, just sit down, interact with people, walk up to someone and say, excuse me, can I talk to you? And I just want to see how your day is going. And it sounds so silly to do that. I don't care what color they are. They're gonna look at you stupid and weird, but then they're gonna look at you like, oh, wow, nobody ever really did that to me. And you just walk away. You don't ask for their phone number. You don't do nothing. But what I've been in the spirit all day on treatment and fairness of people. Somehow, and I see this. That's why I told the one lady, her name was Audrey. I let her stay with me for a while. I say talk about her. I don't really say her name, but I say her name this time. I say it probably earlier in my lives. She probably watched some. She's heavily watched YouTube, and she got. I don't like to call them conspiracy, but a lot of things that she think about. But it's through the trauma in her life. I tried to explain that to her, but I don't know how much she received it because she's one of the type of women that know this, because even men do this. They had trauma in their life. They created so many actions and the cause and effects. So it's like they're turning over a new life. And I'm okay with that. Their life is gonna be better. It's gonna stop her from her old ways that was bad for her. I'm happy for her. But she got too deep. So she's still in the beginning. It's been like 4 or 3 years for her, not even that. I mean, a strong focus years, I think it's only been so many months altogether. It hasn't been the full set out years. Because if when I thought about when I actually put focus in things, I was like, man, that was only 2 years. That was only a year. This is more recently I have set out more spiritually. And I still haven't done what I know, like the focus been there, but the purpose and the mission, I have not built up a true focus towards those things. I'm in my position. It's funny how I'm in my position, but the purpose and the mission is still, I'm lame on it. I'm lacking. And I chose reverting because what's going to happen, and I noticed this, people that been through pain and that overcame a lot, they're going to revert to what they hate the most. And I see it. This comes from watching a bibliography today, watching people. I've been looking at war documentary, the documentary on Civil War, explain the slavery, what happened. I've been reading books, the making of America, the building of America, the cause of America. It's like not the cause. It was 3 books. And it was all based on America. They basically all outline everything I always talk about. So when somebody says something like, how do you know? Prove it. It's like, I read it. Go look up these books. And they keep saying, I don't want to do it. It's like, you really don't want to know. But the creator don't want us in the spirit, don't want us to revert what caused destruction in the first place. What the reverting could do is what's going to got to not get us, probably just say reconnected. I notice a lot electronics haven't been having a lot of problems lately. That's the government. It was supposed to be a EMP power outage 2 months. It was a 2 or 3 months ago. It didn't happen, but it did happen. It happened over the radio frequencies, the waves, like we call vibrations, one from one. We're coming to a time when we are not as purposeful as we should be. And I just watched a video of of was a social experience, Caucasian lady, a Caucasian lady with Caucasian young men and women. And you can hear it in their voice, they didn't even understand. After the lady kept reading off, have you ever treated someone this way? They all would stand up. And it was like, and they didn't have a true answer. But then it's like when they got done with the project, or when they call it experiment, they reverted back to their same ways. Because they set them in a room and it was like, we still can't come to a comprehension to understand. You're treating someone wrong. It's going to be very short because I keep reconnecting and disconnecting. We keep treating each other wrong. And how people say, when something don't work, that's the creator, that's the spirit, that's my God. That you don't want. That's not true. The powers and principalities we have no control over is in the workings too, as the creator, the good spirit, not a bad spirit. It's so many world to not encourage you. We call it. It get us away from what our purpose. So you part of my nationality, ethnicity, and race. But we gotta stop teaching and showing these children this mess that we already in. Like seriously, if I thought about it, if I don't have a child, I don't get married. Guess what? I don't recreate. I don't recreate the pain now. Where Cox could have been there. But what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. We shouldn't revert back to what enslaved us. We should be more educated and smarter, so how not to be enslaved and how not to allow our children. And if we keep going into this way, our children are going to become slaves, or they're going to become exactly what we don't want to happen to nobody else. My pain, I don't want you to feel my pain. I want you to see what I've been through and understand my experience. And if you want to take physical at a time, at that time, come a verbal, go by all means, you do it. If that's the difference between, because I seen a woman that I really agree upon of what she said. She said about time, man, I don't want no part in the new alignment of how this earth is going to. The creator keeps showing me a lot of destruction